Oh, hi there, Dargo here, and I'm currently on the SMU campus to find out what SMU students think about their lovely university. So this is part of my 3-part series where I ask university students what they think about their own colleges. SMU is the final one in my 3-part series. I've already done one for NUS and I've already done one for NTU. You can check out the videos in the video description below. It's actually really noisy here. That's one big difference I've really noticed from SMU to NTU and NUS. Yeah, I'm going to be asking all my fellow Wayang kings and queens on what they think about the university. Okay, let's go.
Go.
Plug Jiang and my election.
If you want to talk, go for Jiang.
If you want, then you must talk also.
So yeah, bro, I think
I don't need paiseh lah. Don't need paiseh. First guy I've gotten, thanks to your friends. Okay, I can interview both of you at the same time. Okay? No need shy, no need shy. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, what's your course and year?
I'm a year 2 school of accountancy student.
I'm a year 2 business student.
I'm a year 2 business student also.
my course is social science, the PLE major, and I'm a year 2 student.
I'm a year 2 student and I'm from SOA, accountancy.
Okay, why did you join SMU?
Joining it because it's very convenient. It's in town and I really like the curriculum. It's different from like other unis.
SMU is known for its business and I wanted to do business, so I came to SMU.
The idea of SMU appealed to me because it's very dynamic in the sense that it's not just focused solely on academia, right? It's not just pure mugging. There's more extracurricular. I think there's an emphasis on how you present yourself, how you talk, how you interact with others, how you network as well. And I think that part of SMU really appealed to me because I don't want to just mark my way through uni.
Honestly, it was the only uni that I completed its application form. Okay, so I applied pre-COVID, then I liked the vibes the most, and then I was lazy to apply for the rest. So I only just applied for SMU in the end.
You didn't consider like NUS, NTU?
Not really. I just went with the vibes, Then I just like vibe. Then I just vibes, then I just did it.
SMU vibing lah.
My answer is quite similar to Zach's. I think SMU is plugged like right in the middle of the city. There are many opportunities to network, as well as SMU has a reputation for students having a lot of connections elsewhere, and I think it was a good place to start off. Because I came from JC, I felt like I needed to put myself out there to like network and to also like get to know people. Maybe not on like just like a superficial way, but to know people deeper. And I felt like SMU's culture could like facilitate that really well.
What's your favorite part about SMU so far?
Wow, that's a very interesting question.
Tough question.
Tough. Wow.
I think it's the people here.
My favorite part would be the people. The nature of the classes is such that like everybody knows everybody, right? So SMU is pretty big, but it's very small at the same time. Like we can have freshies, year 2s, year 3, year 4s all in the same class, and then everybody has different classes. The amount of interaction and the surface area that we have to interact with people is a lot. So I can be walking like from this building to that building, and I bump into like 4 friends. It's a very nice feeling to have, right? Just to meet your friends around.
Because they are really like very vibes.
Such a Gen Z answer like this one. Very vibey.
The culture is really vibrant over here, and then like even in the night people come here to drink and stuff. Then we can all like hang out. This is quite a small population in SMU. Other schools maybe they are like way bigger because they have more schools also. So I think everyone kind of knows each other, and we have a lot of events also to participate and then like get to know a lot of people.
I think I will honestly say the same. Our community is very bonded one. I think in general SMU students are very open to new interactions and making new friends, and I think that helps with forming a sense of belonging. I mean, we came from like the COVID batch. Our first year was online, yet like I feel like through joining clubs and everything, it really helped me integrate well into the uni life.
Would you say that making friends in SMU is quite easy?
Definitely what SMU does provide is like what I said just now, the surface area. It gives you a lot of opportunity to interact. So whether I think you actually put in an effort to put yourself out there, to get to know people, to show people who you are, I think that's dependent on you as a person.
Oh, I love the class part. I love class parting in class. Seminar style learning brings me like a lot of joy, I like to class part the most in class.
You like taking the initiative and...
I like sharing my opinion with people, Like even if people don't really want it, I want to let them know that I have certain views.
Hey, we love our proactive students here in Singapore.
Thank you.
Right, SMU. What's one thing you don't like about SMU?
I feel like I already said it, but
Campus could be bigger actually. The schools, the facilities.
like all the food around SMU is very expensive.
Something that I don't necessarily like about SMU is also something that I quite like about it, and that is like the class participation part. I think the value of class part is very important, right? You can hear different ideas, everybody share their views. But there are some mods where people just class part for the sake of talking. There's no value add. Like the conversations are pointless. It's really like damn dumb. It's really like kindergarten questions or like reiterating what the previous 10 people said. That part of SMU I don't necessarily like very much, and I think it's because the class part system is to get people to talk more. Right. But sometimes it defeats that very purpose, because people just start like spouting nonsense, like no value add stuff. So that's something that I don't really like about SMU. Zero substance. It's like really like, Prof, this guy took the words straight out of my mouth. Thank you. There's no value add at all. It's like,
Are you inclined to be a class participation slut in SMU?
Am I inclined to be?
She's already one.
No.
Yes.
Yes. I think I would, but like what Zach said, I wouldn't like speak for the sake of speaking because my skin not that thick. I cannot. I feel like I would like try like think it through and make sure my thoughts are coherent before I class part, definitely. All for the grades, man. The bell curve steeps, yeah.
It's quite a very huge component of your grades, so and it decides a lot of things. So I have one friend who, for one mod, she's got like AA plus for everything, and then she failed her class part, and then she got like B minus. Damn bad. Yeah, so if you don't class part, you will be very heavily penalized in SMU.
Okay, but I want to ask though, has it actually helped you become a bit more proactive in like sharing your thoughts and opinions?
I think it does, but I feel that the way SMU filters its students, so from the interview process, right, it actually already pre-selects people who are more inclined to class parting in class. I think the pol science class, the prof asks like one question, and then people class part all the way until the end of class. The people just keep class parting like non-stop. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but my friend was in the class, then she was saying like she was so pissed. She just went to class just to hear people share their views.
I'm not inclined to be a class part, but I just like to talk.
It just turned out well for you.
Yeah, I don't talk to the prof, but I talk to my friend. Yeah.
You can't participate to your friends in the module instead of your prof.
I disagree.
For me, generally, I'm a slightly more extroverted person, so I tend to express my thoughts more. And there's a value in class parting. You know, sometimes you need to clock a certain amount of class part to sort of guarantee that, okay,
We understand.
yeah, you know, you have to do what you gotta do, you know, for the grades. I try to be very intentional in what I class part in, because you know, sometimes like you class part nonsense also, people look at you like, what the heck is this guy doing? People start to look at you differently. If I don't bring any value, I also look like a fool lah. I don't want to sound like a fool, so yeah lah. So I guess I am a class part slut at times.
Do you feel a need to dress well when you come to school?
Not really. I think today I like one of my better fits really. I'm like Mr. Uniqlo. I have like the Airism tee. Yeah, I've got like 8 colors.
Hey, we stand a Uniqlo man. You know.
Do I look like I'm dressed well? You should have seen me last week. I was wearing admin pants, flip-flops to school. It's quite comfortable lah. I think it's a personal preference thing. For me, I dress more for the utility. So if I have CCA, Muay Thai, which I'm in, I mean, we train barefooted, so I don't want to wear shoes also. Yeah, but I know there are a lot of very well-dressed people in SMU. Like Eugene.
I don't usually dress this well, but like I'm taking photos for a campaign. Shout out to ACF. I'm a dancer, right? Then I also dress like quite functionally. If I have training, then obviously I'll come in my baggy fit, like the typical
like
dancer
this,
fit.
like this, right?
Yes. A lot of people dress well actually. At least personally, I don't feel pressured to dress well. Like I feel quite comfortable with how I carry myself in general. So yeah.
I mean, to answer your question, right, wearing this in NUS, you are like a fashionista already.
Really?
No lah, kidding lah.
The FBTs and the whole.
Ours, ours is the Honus shirt, the Horse of NUS shirt.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, yes. Business school in SMU. Yeah, everyone dresses very well.
Built different.
Yeah,
Yes.
got pressure here and
Fashionistas walking around every day.
yeah, bro. Just
Must
look
think
around.
every
It's
week.
freaking.
Can't repeat the outfit.
Yeah, I really have to think of my
Really?
outfits.
Yeah.
Outfit ideation.
Yes. You must have a few listed.
Cannot wear the
Try
same.
our
You
best.
can't be
try our
spotted
best.
with the same.
Yeah.
Is it some form of like invisible pressure to do that?
I think it's like a unspoken rule.
Yeah, some sort of
Yeah.
unspoken rule. You could say some sort of pressure.
I've heard that SMU students are really good at presenting stuff, but not good at doing any actual work. How true is this?
I don't think that's true.
I think it's just like you're better at presenting, but then to be good at presenting, you also have to be able to do your shit first before you can present anything. You can't present something that you're unfamiliar with as well.
I've not really interacted much with other unis. Like, I haven't really done projects with other unis, so I can't really say for sure that. But I think that at the end of the day, maybe it's a ratio thing. So maybe in schools like NTU and NUS, you know, they have higher focus on maybe like technical aspects, but SMU has a higher focus on presentation. So in that sense, maybe we are more known for presentation with higher focus, but we're not as technically inclined as, you know, some NTU or NUS students. Like maybe for NUS and NTU, you guys have a lot of other schools. Yeah, we also have comp science, but you guys have a longer history of comp science, and then you have a lot of the hard sciences like physics, chem, and all this. So maybe I think that kind of also allows a school to have a lot more diversity in terms of the different technicalities.
I think as with any generalization, it's most probably false lah, because it's a blanket statement. I think there are a lot of brilliant individuals that I've met in SMU as well, who actually walk the talk, can separate it into form and substance. Form is the way that you deliver your technical skill sets, and I think substance is really when it comes down to it. In my opinion, yes, there are some people who really all talk no action lah, right? But I think that is the same for SMU, NTU, NUS, wherever lah. From the people that I've met with SMU, most of them actually walk the talk. And if they don't have the walk, then they don't talk. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my personal experience.
I think most people will be smart enough to see through like that facade or like that face that you have. I don't think I've actually met many people who can speak very well yet don't do shit.
But you've heard this stereotype before.
Yeah lah.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
If given a choice, will you still join SMU?
Of course.
Yup.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Confirm, 100%. Yeah.
We're very patriotic SMU students. Hey, time to plug. What do you have?
Vote for me for SSU 19th Management Committee, Zachary Lim at Jack Mac. Jack Mac for SSU. Vote Zach, vote big.
Vote Zach,
SSU 19th MC.
19MC. Okay, your turn.
Vote me for the 19th ACFMC Arts Cultural Fraternity. I'm Tan Yijin and my handle is Tan Yijin. TANNNYIJINNNNN. 3 N's and 4 N's. Vote Yijin for 19th ACFMC and stop, drop and vote.
IG handle?
Jack Mac, JACHMACK.
Thank you guys.
Share, subscribe, yo.
Thank you all.
Yes, I would 100% come to SMU again. But I think like for me, if not for COVID, I wouldn't have come to SMU because I also go overseas to study. Like, I also go to like Melbourne to study, and then because of COVID, I came like
okay.
Shameless plug for my upcoming bihun store in SMU.
Plug, just plug.
So what I'll be doing is that I'll be starting a bihun store in SMU. Food store is very expensive, right? So I'll try to sell the food at a more reasonable rate. So it's like maybe like $4 plus to 6, like economic bihun. I hope to see everyone there. It's called Fei Mao. It's called Fei Mao.
Fei Mao. It's bihun for you, the students.
Exactly. But I think that's good because I'm renting a full store. So if you go down, I have like one whole store right next to Kofu. If you're an SMU student or alum, you actually get like discounted rates. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of support for like businesses and especially since like you're in town. So it's like you really get an opportunity that maybe you won't really get.
The traffic right?
Yeah, the traffic of like the working crowd and whatnot also. Instead of just purely students.
Okay, if you ever sell bihun in the evening, right? If I come here to dance at the underpass someday, I'll support you, okay?
Thank you.
Fei Mao, bihun for the students.
Yes.
Bringing the financial power back to students. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks man, don't worry.
It's so easy to interview people in SMU. Okay I can definitely see that they are pretty good at presenting. Like the way they articulate their words, the way they put their thoughts and points together, it's very coherent. I did not tell them the questions beforehand and they could come up with all of this on the spot. You know, the stereotype is true, you all can talk really well and apparently can walk the talk as well. So, You all have a very nice patch of grass here to do tricks and flips. Parkour! Okay, do you all have anything to plug later?
No, not really.
Oh, you don't need to plug anything. Okay, third time we are filming this. What's your course in year?
I'm year 5, School of Economics with a second major in marketing.
SMU 老教.
I'm in year 2, I'm in PLE, Politics, Law and Econ.
I'm year 2 in law. Year 2 SCIS. Year 2 accountancy.
Why did you join SMU?
Oh, I don't know. Wait. Location, convenience is the most important to me.
Miss Mei Tai?
Backstory was like I applied to NTU and NUS BIS, but SMU IS, and then in the end I chose IS over BIS. The city campus vibes.
For the course and also because I didn't want to stay hall.
Oh, you didn't want to stay
Yeah,
hall?
I don't like the hall culture, personally.
The teaching style lor. I don't know, I applied because my results can make it lah. Then after I got in lah. So honestly, I don't have some like burning passion for it. I just like that lor.
So what's your favourite part about SMU so far?
Other than the location, I think it's the flexibility in curriculum. So I knew that I would regret taking econ sooner or later. So I think that second major, so you can choose anything out of all of the schools, even legal studies, marketing, to do your second major in. And a lot of my friends, their interests or their career choices are closer to their second major rather than econs itself, which I think is a very big plus.
I think the food around, it's very accessible. We can just walk anywhere, 5 to 10 minutes, and then you get good food. Yeah.
Does it not feel expensive?
Okay lah, it's not bad. A little bit.
I had Syfe for $9.
That one your problem lah. Sorry.
Hey, I didn't even buy fish there.
I think the location is very central, near to like everywhere, Clarke Quay.
Oh, Clarke Quay. So it's like the after school hours.
Prinsep.
Okay.
I think the work-life balance. In SMU, you have a lot of autonomy over what you want to do and how you study. Lesson hours is a lot less than NTU and NUS. Yeah, we only have 3 hours per mod. So if you take 4 mods, it's only 12 hours.
So I heard that SMU they study in like what 3-hour blocks, is it?
Yeah, so 1 mod is 3 hours per week. That's it.
Huh? One more is 3 hours per week.
So like you do it on one day and then you're done. Then you study until the next week.
But like the free time you do a lot of readings
Yeah.
Like your homework, your readings.
The readings
stuff.
are crazy.
Okay, readings are like crazy.
Example for law, right? Sometimes the reading is like 20 readings. Each reading has like 20 pages, that kind of thing or more.
But do you have as many readings as like a law student? Like,
No, but you need to code a lot.
I think mine is similar to her, so I think it's like flexibility because you have a lot of autonomy in planning your timetable, so you get to do a lot of other stuff outside of uni. Or you can start your own business or anything. It gives you a lot of free time to do your own thing.
like SMU will encourage you to like build your own business and stuff, is it?
Yeah, they do actually. Fame.
Fei Mao?
Yeah, I think if you try to start a business in SMU, you actually get a little bit of help from the school. So they want to kind of catalyze the entrepreneurship mindset type of thing, yeah.
You have a lot of experience in SMU. So what's one thing you don't like about SMU?
One thing I don't like about SMU, wow, that's quite a bit hard.
Too many.
No. I don't want to be too spicy, I scared later they say me.
I don't know if I have a lot to say.
Just say it.
I think the profs in SMU, especially for IS, some of them, like you know that they're good in what they do, but then they don't know how to teach. So it's like they just code and then like you just follow and yeah.
This is a computing lecturer thing, man. I'm in computer science in NUS. I feel you.
Yeah,
I understand your pain lah.
One thing that I can think of with COVID and everything, I think the school is a bit later in the sense that they follow the other universities in their rules and regulations. So I think the people now don't know, but during COVID, pass-fail semesters, at first the school said that they were not going to give us the pass-fail. They clearly said it in an email. After NUS and NTU did, then they came through and then they gave us the pass-fail thing.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a bit reactive rather than proactive.
The class part thing, I think it becomes a double-edged sword sometimes because it gets very competitive in class to kind of participate, and then sometimes the quality of answer is not exactly very good. You kind of just do it to talk, to get the grade. It lowers the value of the actual discussion in class, which sometimes I don't really enjoy. Some people just talk like really for the sake of talking, like they have like personal conversations just to class part.
The F&B options are very, very limited here. I think the school makes effort in like every year they give a survey, then they ask people what they want, but still it's still very, very limited. And I think even now, like there are still a lot of spots that are closed. Yakun just closed, and I don't understand why.
Yakun closed?
Yeah, Yakun over there closed. Like why?
How does the Yakun close?
Exactly.
It's the same as Yvette, class part, but it's more personal because I feel like my learning style is more of like I just like to listen to the prof and then I absorb everything. I don't really like to talk and like think.
Going back to my first point on the school being quite reactive is that they recently banned like single-use plastics. If you go down to SOE, there's a tea party, but instead of serving in plates, they serve it in paper containers. And it's freaking hot to hold, but they don't allow to use plastic bags. In that way, I feel like some of their rules are a bit, they don't think about the students.
Okay lah, they could have eased into it a bit more.
And they could have like given option of paper bags. When Yakun was there, they stopped the straws.
NUS also had this, yeah. NUS also had this.
So my friends went to City Hall to go and buy Yakun instead, so that they will get a straw.
The way they give out like the honours. NUS is like 4.5 to 5 first class honours or something, but ours, the highest one, right, is 3.8 to 4. So the window is only 0.2. To get the minimum cum laude, that one is the minimum is 3.5, 3.5, so a 0.4, which is actually quite tough.
Because our GPA, like if you get straight B pluses, right, like you'll get 3.3, you won't even get honours. You won't get honours at all.
Correct.
You won't even get cum laude.
Oh shit.
A lot of people graduate without any honours. You just graduate with like a cum laude because we follow the US system.
They will give a straw only if you buy the soya coffee, which is more expensive. So everybody just bought soya coffee.
Yo, hey, this is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy, Yakun conspiracy. Business school lah. Even the school is snaking you with students. Turns out you actually have quite a bit to say. Are you inclined to be a class participation slut to survive in SMU?
I feel like you have to do it no matter what, especially in business mods.
After a while, you just learn to like not care anymore because it's all for the grade.
Ours is a bit different because our class part, especially for coding intensive mods, it takes the form of like you just sharing your code. So sometimes you can just send it to your prof and then that's counted.
After a while, you kind of get used to it and then you just force yourself to do it. Because let's say you have a class part of 20% and then you don't do it. That 20% you could have aced it, you could have gotten full 20%, but then you end up getting like 15 or 12 because you were a bit more shy in that sense. It can make you drop 2 grades, it can make you jump 2 grades. So it's quite a stark difference, honestly.
You really had to not take it personally, right? Was this how it was like for you, Mark? Like in NUS?
Yeah, a lot of wayang.
A lot of wayang people.
I think it depends on the percentage, the grading weightage for class participation. Most of econs modules are 10%. So if it's 10%, it's just the fact that you come to class and that you appear in class. When it hits 20%, that's when you know you have to class part. And I'm not afraid to say that I try my best because it's my grades. There are people watching, and SMU is very, very small. So if people know that you are that kind, what passes very quickly.
Do you feel a need to dress well when you're in school?
I don't think so. I mean, it depends on whether you care about what people think. It's only when you start seeing people dress up well, it's during presentation week. Dresses, maybe court shoes, that's when you know it's presentation week. I mean, at least for myself, I don't really care. Depends on my mood.
We all love a self-confidence queen like that. Don't dress up for other people, dress up for yourself.
For what?
Yeah, for what? Such a year 5.
Guy validation? Girl validation? What's that?
Just be single.
Yeah, just be single. Okay.
I think you look at Stephanie today.
No, I need to explain.
Yo, this is the NUS attire, man. Like, yo, you feel at home in NUS.
Because I only have one class today and then I have Muay Thai later.
Oh, okay.
If not, I'll wear nicer. You caught me at a bad time.
So you just you dress like this for Muay Thai lah.
Basically, because sport shorts, then like I can just change up my shirt and then just straight away go. You know.
Okay, but if you don't have Muay Thai, then
I'll wear nicer. I'll wear like that. You know.
I think also because of our location, a lot of people like go to town. I feel that if you dress nicer, then you feel better.
SMU has a dress culture, definitely.
It's like a fashion show every day.
Yeah.
The pressure is definitely there. I feel especially SMU girls, like we have invisible pressure to dress nice. I think it's also a practical thing because let's say we go out afterwards. You also don't want to wear your faculty shirt and FBT to go to Orchard, right? That's why we kind of just do it out of convenience. Okay, not shading the faculty shirt and FBT.
So I've heard that SMU students are really good at presenting stuff, but not good at doing actual work. How true is this?
To a certain extent, yes, but I feel like this is a problem for every school. So there's no way you have like a school where everyone does their work, and
Because our school is very focused on like holistic development as well. So because the emphasis is placed on like presentation, that's why everyone tends to look at us as if like we only do presentations. But I feel that there are some people, especially like in the non-presentation focused mods, that they can actually do their work very well. So like the math mods, the accounting mods and business mods, there's no presentation and people can do their work well, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think for IS, that's quite true. Maybe for myself, okay, because like I came from JC, so I don't have any coding background.
Yeah.
So I feel in a lot of projects, my friends from poly definitely have a lot more to offer than I do in terms of coding. They know that stuff better. So like you try and make up for your what you lack in the coding by presenting.
Hey, very true, yeah. This is me, This is me in computer science. Why do you think I'm doing this now?
Most of the times, like the hard skills are there because when you do your finals, when you do your papers, you definitely need the hard skills. It's something that is a bit hard to fake. But at the same time, like on the flip side, like I just did an internship over the summer, and I can understand why people would say that. Because when I did my internship, like some of the modules that I took in like Sem 1, it was quite long ago. So like a lot of the stuff was a bit fuzzy in my memory, right? Like I feel like SMU students, they can kind of fake it a little bit more. Like they know something, but they actually don't. But on that same tangent, right, it's like I feel like we're also more open to learning. We know we don't know. If we don't know, we know we don't know, and we're ready to learn. So we kind of, in that sense, fake it till we make it, but then in the end, we make it because we learn. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You probably had more internships than the other year 2s that I interviewed just now. Does this play out in the workplace that way, or is it just a stereotype?
Actually, very funny. I think last week I was just talking to my manager about it. She heard that SMU students are NATO, no action talk only. I do feel like there's that stereotype in the workforce. I'm currently on my 3rd internship already. At least one person from each company has casually mentioned before that SMU students are good at presenting. But whether they can actually do the work is a different thing. I think it just depends on whether you're lucky or not to have met the person who is like that. And statistically speaking, SMU is lesser students. The chances of you meeting somebody like that is also higher compared to NUS and NTU. Yeah, I mean there's that stereotype and it carries along. Yeah, I haven't met anybody in my office that is like that. Actually, maybe because I'm the only SMU intern. As in, other than that, I've heard of companies favoring SMU students. So they like SMU students because they can present well. But then again, that's also from their own personal experience. And honestly, in the working world, even in the higher management, you need to present well. The back part of the work is mainly done by lower management. I mean, it's not a good thing, not saying that I agree with it, but that's what it is. So that's why people feel that way. And even if they feel that way, they still like SMU students because they can talk.
If given a choice, will you still join SMU?
Yes.
yeah.
Very patriotic. Thank you everyone for this interview.
I'm not somebody who believes in regrets. Even if I regret coming to SMU, I don't believe in like I would choose another school because in the end it's location. The location really is the best. So what some seniors would say when kind of selling SMU is that the SMU is so in such a central place, right? There are people who during their seminar breaks they go for interviews in the companies because it's so close. I mean, you see Lazada is just there.
Lazada one is right behind us, by the way. Yeah, actually I was mentioning just now that you really feel how central SMU is in the area. You can walk down a few stops and there's Plaza Sing, Lazada one's right behind us. You got everything, and if you want to go for a night out afterwards, after lessons,
Prinsep Street, the normal drinking place. Supper spots are also over there.
Yeah, it's all around here.
You don't have the hall life lah, which I guess is what people want. A lot of times, even I feel like I come for classes, I go back home. There's nothing really keeping you in school unless you're in a CCA. I mean, you can argue saying that there's no student life there lah.
Pros and cons lah. If anything, it feels like SMU would be a good workplace, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, very detailed answers from year 5. Hello year 5, say year 5 whoop whoop. Mark. Whoop 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 whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Happy graduation.
Yeah.
Happy graduation, eh?
Next year.
Okay. Thank you very much. If there's anything I can say about SMU students, is that you all dress well and you all talk even better. Thanks to everyone who appeared in the video. You all have been a really lovely bunch. Low-key, I actually got almost 10 respondents in the first hour. Thanks so much for all the help. And with that, if you want to know what NTU students think about NTU, click here. If you want to know what NUS students think about NUS, click here. The name's Dargo, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Leave a sub, pangkang lo, yay! Oh, done with this trilogy, whoo!